Welcome to the Betterhalf show. My name is Godman Akinlabi. My friends call me PG. On the show today, we're discussing in-law wahala. Wahala, by the way, is pidgin English for trouble. For many young people going into marriage, they often wish that their parents-in-law will be deceased so that they won't have anyone to disturb their life or trouble them. Sometimes it may not even be the parents-in-law, it may be the siblings-in-law. Whichever way the case may be, do you think it's actually right for you to wish them dead? Those are the things we're going to be discussing today on the show. Please don't go away. Stay with me. I'll be right back. Welcome back. It's the Betterhalf show, and we are discussing in-law wahala. And I have with me on the show today, Lulu and Agbeke Ogunleye. Lulu and Agbeke, you're welcome to the show.
Hello, PG.
Thank you.
All right, it's good to have you on the show. And you saw the clip from the movie, Monster-in-Law. Do you think this is exaggerated, or these kind of things happen between, the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law? Is it always supposed to be this kind of cat and mouse situation, or it can be better? Abuka, what do you think?
I don't think it's exaggerated. I think sometimes those things play out in our minds, but you don't say it. In our society, usually you'd have your conflicts, which you try and manage, not in the same way they did on the TV, but in your head, it probably would go the same way.
Okay, so Lulu, what do you think?
Well, I would say yes. I would agree with that, because it is a bit exaggerated sometimes, but because in actual fact, I don't think anybody would go as far as slapping their intended mother-in-law to be or anything like that. But it does happen. And most times it gets bad. Sometimes it's even worse. But, because we never know what we're getting into when we're getting into marriage, because everyone has their best foot forward first before the marriage. And it's when you're in the marriage that you begin to see things begin to unfold.
So how long have you guys been married?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Good, good. So you've seen, all kinds of things in the last 5 years, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So how did you prepare in courtship for these eventualities of, in-law, parents-in-law, siblings-in-law? Was there something on your mind? How did you prepare?
Can I go first?
Yeah, I'll let her go first.
For me, I was really happy because my mother-in-law lived abroad, so I didn't think I had to prepare as much because she was away. So if she comes to visit, everything will go well. Mm-hmm. But she now lives in Nigeria.
So your lack of preparation caught up with you.
Yes.
How about you, Lily?
For me, I didn't think it was going to be difficult at all. I thought it was going to be a ride. It was going to be normal. I shouldn't have any issues. I thought everybody would just be happy. And I've seen lots of things.
Did you get along with them before the marriage?
Before the marriage, I did. Like I said, most times before the marriage, everyone's still in the euphoria of we're getting married. Some certain things
you may even go out of your way to
please
please them.
Exactly.
Since you want their daughter,
exactly.
you want their sister,
marry their daughter, so you want to behave yourself. But afterwards, then when you're married already, then you begin to feel like, oh well, I'm married, so I don't need to do certain things. I don't need to go.
Everybody should mind their business.
Then it begins to that's when things begin to go sour, and it just takes another turn.
I realized that it wasn't like you planned it to be. So things went south, a bit sour. Like for you, your mother-in-law was abroad and she came back, and I'm sure it wasn't the kind of experience you expected. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, I do, sir. What happened really was when she did relocate, it wasn't the end of the world. But where it went a bit sour was when she wanted to live with us. That wasn't in the plan at all. So all hell broke loose because I thought, well, we never talked about this, and I'm not going to have this because I always wanted my family to be nuclear. My own mother, our parents don't live with us, so, what's your mother doing in the house? So, and I wasn't diplomatic enough to actually probably talk about it better. I just acted out, and said it to everybody's face. So,
so in what ways, or how do you think you could have been diplomatic?
You know, when I look back, if I was diplomatic, I probably would be hurting now because I'm not sure how. I think my lack of diplomacy is why I have a bit of respite, because if I wasn't diplomatic, she probably would be living with us and I wouldn't know what to do. So I'm not sure if my diplomacy was a good thing. I think it was more of a good thing, actually. You know, but when I look back now, I think what I should have done better was to explain to her, as opposed to going through Lulu, you know, to try and tell her what I was saying, and maybe he didn't say what my intents were. You know, being African, you can't say for how long would you be staying with us, or what is the reason you're staying with us. I wanted to help, but my way of helping was, because she's a widow, was to offer her a maid and visit every other weekend. But
she really wanted to stay.
Yes, she wanted to be in my
really
space, which I wasn't willing to share.
Lulu, that must have been an experience for you. You caught in between.
It was. It's a very bad place to be in.
Yeah.
To feel like you're being asked to choose between your mother and your wife, especially when you're an only son. So
an only son?
Yes. So and it's very, very tricky. So in fairness to her, thinking back now, you know, what I should have done was I never discussed it with her, because in my head I felt, well, it's only natural that you should accept that my mother is coming to live with us, because if it was your mom, it's normal. You know, we're all different. We're all wired differently.
Yeah, just thinking like a mommy's boy.
I just thought, well, it's regular. No, I mean,
who else? You know,
I was thinking, who else will come and live with us if not my mom or your mom, or you know, but where I went wrong was I didn't discuss it with her. I thought it should be automatic, and I never thought that she would see it in that light, like my mom was being in her space. So, and it wasn't nice at all. So, you know, I was caught in between. I had to be able to make her understand that my wife doesn't, make my mom understand that my wife doesn't hate you.
Yeah.
And make my wife also understand that, look, my mom is not a bad person.
You guys just wake up to each other, you know. But what effect did that create? Did you get results?
I can say we are only just beginning to know each other again.
Wow.
Because it caused a big rift. You know, she felt like I hated her, which is what most mother-in-laws feel. You know, and so when she comes, she makes it known that I'm only here to see my grandchildren. You don't have to do anything for me. I have even eaten, you know, I have butter in my bag.
Wow.
So she used to make me know that, you know, and she plays with them, and after an hour, okay, so I'm going somewhere. You know, I wasn't involved in her life in any way. I couldn't help her in anything, because she'd already done it, or someone else would take care of it. Can I drop you halfway? No, it's okay. I'd rather, you know. So, but now we're getting warmer, you know. It was...
Okay, that's good. That's good. It's coming out well. So, at least things are getting better now. But what about you, Telu? Did you had any issues with your own in-laws, our parents?
Yes, I did. I had issues with my wife's mom, my mother-in-law. My wife's dad is practically, he's a very simple guy. He's okay. If you're okay, he's fine.
Happy-go-lucky,
exactly.
Easy guy, yeah.
So my mother-in-law was the sort that was a bit, in all honesty, I can see that it's the love she has for her daughter, which she's trying to include me in. But then I didn't understand, because I just felt that she was a bit overbearing. You know, she wanted to make some decisions for us. She wanted to, you know, and at first, again, my wife is her last daughter. They're really close, even till now. So I had to be able to understand that, look, I'm not taking her away from you necessarily, but, you know, she's my wife. But at the same time, I had to be able to...
She's kind of possessive a bit.
Yes, yes. But then I now had to come to reality and live with the terms that, look, this is what I have to live with. I can't necessarily take Agbeke away from my mom, but I have to make her understand that, look, she's also my wife, so let's split it in a way.
Let's find a balance.
Exactly, because
I think it's actually like a game of balance, really, here and there. So we're going to talk a little more about that game of balance when we come back. So please don't go away. We need to take a break right now, but when we come back, this will really get more interesting. Please stay with me. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We'll be discussing in-law Wahala. Wahala, by the way, is Pidgin English for trouble. And so many troubles come from parents-in-law, siblings-in-law, and I've been discussing this with Lulu and Agbeke Ogunleye. But right now, I have another guest joining us in this discussion. She is a mother, a grandmother, and also a mother-in-law. I'm talking about none other but Mrs. Esther Nzeka. Madam, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you, PG.
All right. The way people talk about mother-in-laws, and, their tendencies and the fear and all that, you think that they're different kind of creatures from a different planet. But the way you look very sweet. You're very soft-spoken and nice. Is it like you're from a different planet, or you just, what do you say to that?
No, I'm not from a different planet. I just feel that this whole thing's been blown out of proportion. I think the media hypes it, the adverts. I don't think it's as fierce as they will make it sound. Growing up, my father was an only child, and his mother used to visit us a lot. And we didn't have these issues. So I made up my mind that I wasn't, one saying always kept with me as I grew up, that life is too short to be spent in nursing animosities and registering wrongs.
Yeah.
So we're all humans. And I believe that if you love your children so much, as I think I do, you will love that their home is happy. So what I did was to adopt. As my daughters got married, I adopted their husbands.
How many of them do you have?
I have 4 daughters and 1 gentleman, a boy.
Yeah.
They're all grown up now.
Yeah.
So 3 are married. I think the girls got married first. So they say you give out a daughter, you earn a son.
Yeah.
So I just pass the same love. It's not that there won't be disagreement, but it's not enough to scatter anybody's home. It's just not enough.
So you've been able to make a good transition between just being a mother to becoming a mother-in-law.
I try.
Yeah.
I try. And
how about that thing about giving away your son? We're talking to Lulu the other time. We're talking about the balance. You have a son that is married. Yeah. What was that like for you? Just allowing your son to enjoy, a matrimonial home. I mean, his matrimonial home with his wife.
Well, it didn't just happen. I mean, before a man gets married, there's the dating process. So you get to meet the lady. So, and I believe that if there's anything to sort out at that stage, you sort out. But if your son says, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with, I've had a good marriage. I was married for 40 years. That's the grace. So you let it be. It's not like we don't disagree sometimes, but it's not enough.
But you've made up your mind maybe not to struggle with the wife, your son's wife, your daughter-in-law for affection and for attention?
Not at all.
Because attention is a big deal here.
But what I did on the wedding day was I asked her, would you allow me to share chuka with you?
And her answer, a political answer, I guess. What else would she say? Yes.
Yeah. So that's that. I don't know, what you feel or whether you agree or disagree. But it's not enough, because out of that marriage, there are grandchildren coming.
Yeah.
And like somebody said, it's the children that make you grand.
Yes.
That makes me the grandma. So if my son is not happy, the wife is not happy, that means when grandma comes into the house, the children are not happy.
Are not happy. But let's look at this, man. This issue of your kids being mistreated in their matrimonial home by their in-laws. How do you suggest people undo that? And have you experienced that with maybe with any of your daughters? You know, yeah. Did you get involved and how? Yeah.
But I try not to carry my anger too far, and I always say to them, when husband and wife are quarreling, I'm very careful how I get into it, because if you're not careful, they're going to settle with you. So I minimize my anger, knowing that this thing will sort itself out. And if you're not careful, you become unwelcome to the house.
But Ms. Zinzeka, what about when it's not just between them, it's the parents causing the problem, the in-laws that are causing the problem, and you are the in-law on this other side? How do you step into that?
Well, I must say there's been an incident. And what I did, or what we did was, you know, men react differently. So the mothers, we got to talk to say, this is what is happening, this is what is happening. There is need for you to have a chat with your son. And, you know, so, and vice versa, you know. Like I say, it's not.
So you feel the mothers can have a level playing ground where the mothers can at least talk. If the men are not talking, that the father-in-laws, the mother-in-laws.
The women can talk at least.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's that's the way I've managed to handle it.
Yeah.
It's
Find
never
a level playing
easy.
ground. Yeah.
It's never easy.
That's good.
And sometimes but I've found that I've had to talk with two mothers of my sons-in-law over some matters. You know,
and the issues have been, resolved and all that.
Eventually, all these things get to sort themselves out, but you just need a bit of time.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're just like a peacemaker mother-in-law. Blessed are the peacemakers.
I just try. You see, because if I don't, then I think I disturb myself. Maybe I'm selfish in a way.
Yeah, I really like your position.
You know, I don't want to be disturbed in what I want to do, because when the phone rings as a mother, you're waiting, okay, what is this? Especially at the time, depending on the time of the day, you're like, what's going on with this child? You know? So
that's interesting. We're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we're going to stretch this discussion a little bit more. And please don't go away. Just stay with us. We'll be right back.